Hi, what's up, you guys? So we're back right where we left off. We're getting ready to catch these drips. Remember I told you all in the last video, part 8, that was the flood coat. Here it is. We're getting ready to show you these drips. We already done the isopropyl. So if you missed any of that flood coat stage part 8, tune in, check it out. If you missed part 6, the seal coat, all those are crucial. They're all important. What I want to show you now, we've let the isopropyl dissipate, okay? In a room this size, it's about 10-15 minutes. When we can walk in here and not smell nothing, we know we're good. So I'm going to walk you through torching this top, and then I'm going to walk you through these drips. This is very crucial. The drips alone is going to save you a ton of work if you follow this video. And the torch, we want to show you about this torch, okay? We use the isopropyl. We use them both. It just really depends on the top we're doing, whether it's casted, whether it's tabletop, whether it's, the design. It just depends on a lot of things for us if we use one, the other, or both. And they're all correct. There's nothing wrong with the isopropyl that gave us that explosion, that look in all our vein work. Now that it's dissipated, we don't have a mask on no more, anything like that. Our drips are still dripping. We'll get to them in a minute. They're fine. Let me go over this torch with you because I want to show you, if you can see this flame, there you go. So you got roughly 4 inches, 5 inches of blue flame there. We're gonna let about 1 inch of that flame actually touch this surface, okay? As long as you are sweeping, just like I'm getting ready to do in the video, no risk, no nothing. If you have a white top, if you have a clear flood coat, anything like that, just be cautious. We never worry about risking to burn because, again, it's all in the pace and how close you are and everything. If this flame does touch this table, it is not going to do nothing because we are moving in a sweeping motion. We don't want to stick it right on the surface, obviously, but just watch. I always start the flame and get that burst up away from the table. I don't want to be pointing at it when I hit it. Oh, and if you all notice when that went in, I know you can kind of see that glitter coming to life now when we put all those colors in. I'm almost sure we did that off camera and forgot to tell y'all. But look, check it out. Start it up here. Start sweeping. Look how close I am. Look at the sweeping motion. I'm doing this so that I can get enough of the table so that I can reach everything else from the back side. So if you've seen that right there, I got this section. Now I'm going to do the back side, and lastly I'll do that edge. Stick with this. Tom starts showing them everything that's going on. You can watch the torch show this top off. This is gorgeous. Just so you know, this is a silver glitter in this top. We added it to our flood coat right after the pigment. Put the pigment in, put the glitter in. So if you want to add a little bit of glitter, there you go. That's how you go about it. We'll show that table off here in a second. Real good once I get all these out. That's it, just a sweeping motion. I can see the flat wall in the back and I can see there's no bubbles to it, so I'm not even worried about that. I see I got a little bitty guy right here. Somehow, Tom, I don't know how, but there you go. I had a little tiny, about the size of a bubble, a little bald spot right there on the lip of that sink. So, you really want to go over your project with a fine-tooth comb just to make sure that everything covered. Corners are an obvious problem. You can get this whole surface and you're concentrating on the surface and you're not even looking, and this corner parted like the Red Sea and it's bald. If we do it a lot, we actually take a little extra resin, hit that corner, and make sure that it hit right. Just pointing that out. Now, a lot of people ask us all the time, how is y'all's edges so squeaky clean, so pretty looking? Parts 1 through, this is 9, Tom?
Yes.
Okay, so parts 1 through 9. If you watch parts 1 through 9, we've got them online, every platform you can think of, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. It's at Eric Tom Show on TikTok. So YouTube and Facebook is Eric Hoagland, General Contractor. But if you want to check them out, that's why we put in the title, How to Start Your Own Epoxy Countertop Business. We've been doing this since epoxy, before anybody knew what epoxy was. So roughly 10 plus years ago, epoxy kind of hit America and we all started going, what's epoxy? Right then is where me and Tom started learning. There was not YouTube videos, there was nothing to research because it hadn't been done yet to this standard where everybody knows it today. So a lot of people, wherever you're at in your journey, the whole purpose of our videos and what we love to do for other people is we love to help people out because we know the struggle. We know how long it took me and Tom. It took us over 2 years with not a whole lot of information out there. Because again, we started when nobody really knew what epoxy was. Epoxy's been out since 1930, but it has not been done with like this, like everybody knows when they hear epoxy today. It's totally different. So when that actually hit, there was not a lot of information. Me and Tom had to do a lot of trial and error. We spent 2 years failing at this, miserably failing. And you can see in the 10 years we've come to, we do some breathtaking countertops. Now this is tabletop resin. We do a lot of casted tops. But the cool thing with me and Tom is long before we started doing epoxy, we had mastered bathrooms and kitchens. We do a lot of high-end custom bathrooms and custom kitchens. So this, we really needed this to come together for us because this was a huge missing piece in what we've already been doing and will continue to do. Hence all these counters we have sitting here. This is at the job we're at where we've done 2 bathrooms. So I'm telling you, no tricks, no gimmicks. We don't want your money. You ain't got to follow us, none of that. We just love putting out 10 years worth of knowledge and hope that helps other people because we know the journey is, it's a challenge. We know all the challenges when it comes to this and the 50 million questions. The most important thing we've learned over the years is how to troubleshoot. You can have a gazillion things go wrong doing resin. If you know why it went wrong and you're able to troubleshoot that problem, that is what's going to cause the success and everything to come together. So if you're failing at it, if you oopsed on it, if you threw a couple away, don't give up. You just need the correct information. Put a spin on what I just told you. Even if you don't like this color scheme, even if this is not your cup of tea, the designs are endless and just about every design is one of a kind. So don't judge a book by its cover. If you doubt what I'm saying, check out our page. I'm telling you, we've done over, to the best of my knowledge, I know we have probably done well over 100 projects, and I'm not talking one counter being one project. I'm talking 100 or so plus jobs where we've had 5 counters going in one job, 2 counters go. So I mean, we have years and years of failing, troubleshooting, knowledge, success, and everything in between. So we just wanted to really stress that to you guys so you know that you're in the right place. If you want to learn, this is where it's at. And what's cool, I'm going to speed this along. Let me grab something over here. We're going to go ahead and take care of these drips as promised. Okay, this is part 9. There is going to be a part 10 because what you don't know is part 10 is going to be the FX shield, the top coat that goes on top of this guy. We want to walk you right through that because none of our projects leave here and go to the spot, the job, unless we have that FX shield on. It is very crucial. So we'll go over that. The drips are simple. Popsicle stick, you know the ones, Tom? Doctor's office, right? So quit laughing. That shit.
Yeah, it is.
The popsicle stick. We like the wide ones. Gives us a little more control and grip getting under here. And if you notice, Tom, come on around here. I want you to get right in front of me. When I start with these drips, I really not only want them to see, show them underneath of what we got going on. Okay, look at these are all our scrap pieces of butcher block that we did not use manufacturing all these counters together. The reason I'm showing you that is because when you stick solid slabs underneath there, it's way easier to get level than to sit here and take in little blocks and have to shim all those little separate blocks. Then you're kind of unstable as a whole. So we got some meat underneath here and everything is lifted. That way we can get under here correctly and get all this off so we ain't got to sand and fix and polish none of this crap off that really kind of brings the look down of the piece. When it comes to the popsicle stick, here's what you want to do. You want to stick it in here up like this. I'm going to start over here off the corner. That way when I touch, I can run around. The trick is, don't be straight and don't be cocked backwards. You want to cock in at like a 22.5 because when this comes off, it's going to push it that way instead of coming out here on this pretty, gorgeous face. Watch. Start on the side, turn, and immediately be pointing. See all that accumulation? It's staying back there. It's not coming out here and touching that pretty face. That's why I'm angled that way. And you just keep it going. Now, we are way too early in our drips. Way too early. But I'm doing this. Look, when I hit a turn, I turn with the turn. When I hit a turn, I turn with the turn and get back on that angle. And then I just keep it coming. Bam, turn, keep it coming. We're way too early in the game. I'm doing this to show you. But let me tell you this. We will wait. Now that I'm doing this one in front of you guys, we're going to wait probably about every 20 minutes for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on your temperature, where you live, kind of what's going on in your room. About an hour and a half, 2 hours worth every 20 minutes, and I'll stop short right there. And then I just drop my stick down on the plastic. About every 15, 20 minutes from now to about, hour and a half, 2 hours after you were done. You want to keep getting those drips. Here's why. If you just let them all drip until they slow way down and stop, you're already gelling. You're already starting to form. And that is what you formed. So now when you try to get those off, you're going to start going with the humps. You might as well have not even touched it at that point, because once you have that hump and they don't go away, you've lost the sharp edge under there that everybody looks for. So I just wanted to point that out. And again, man, I hope you all are truly soaking this in. The epoxy seal coat and the flood coat have done really well on social media, and everybody is, tuning in and getting the knowledge. And here's the best part. With this being part 9, part 10 will sew up the series on this. Building them, manufacture them, all the way to this beautiful finish. Part 10 will be the shield, the top coat that we put over this guy. We're going to bring you all back in. No part of this series, 1 through 10. We're going to show you these pretty white ones over here that are going in the job we're doing right now in the bathroom. We're going to show you those because those are going to be gorgeous in their own way. And we're going to show you the easiest way possible to get this marble wrap type pattern. So that's next up. Don't miss out. Don't go nowhere, and keep tuning in because it's for your all's benefit as well as ours. We love doing what we do. We want to share it with you. Come be a part of it with us. Till the next one, we'll see y'all back real soon.